Hello. Welcome back, beautiful people. How are you all doing today? I am doing fantastic. Actually, I hope all of you had a fantastic and beautiful Christmas. I hope you all had a fantastic New Year. I hope you've all made your resolutions, and 3 days in, I hope you're still sticking to them. But we are 2+ weeks out of surgery, and we're feeling good, everybody. We are feeling fantastic. So I just got out of my 2-week, of course she calls me now. That's funny. Sorry for that quick interruption. Miley's called me. I called her phone. It's just, work is wild for her now. Today's her first day back. But anyway, so we just got done with the doctor's appointment, my 2-week follow-up. Feeling fantastic. The appointment went really well. As I guess per normal operating procedures, they do a quick biopsy on the stomach that they removed to make sure that there's no surprises. There were no surprises, as to be expected, just because I'm outside of the weight, like I've mentioned before in past videos. Outside of the weight, the only thing that's wrong with me is my weight. Everything else is all in the green, right? What else? So I am currently on the pureed portion of the diet, right? And pureed essentially just means exactly what it means, right? The consistency of pureed. But what was really nice about this visit was I got a little bit better clarification on what would be considered a pureed food. Essentially anything that you can spread, right, with your fingers. So, you know, a very moist chicken. There goes that word, moist. I apologize if you don't like that word, but very moist chicken, very moist white fish, right? All stuff that's really cool that I can start incorporating back into the normal diet. Again, this is not me having a full plate of food. You know, I'm still only consuming about 4 to 6 ounces of food on a regular before I start feeling hungry about 5 to 10 minutes later, and then I can kind of consume a little bit more to kind of complete my breakfast or lunch and stuff like that, right? I'm still having protein shakes for breakfast. I'm actually drinking one now. I'm drinking the Pure Max Protein Ensure, which it's funny because I always make fun, or I've always made fun of those as, like, you know, old people drink the Ensure, right? But damn it, is it not tasty, right? So I'm drinking those pretty regularly. I'm incorporating Gatorade zero sugar protein drinks, or protein water, which is, again, another thing that is delicious to drink. I will have my yogurts on a pretty regular basis now. It's, you know, it's starting to feel pretty normal again, right? But the whole funny thing behind it is just how quickly I get filled. That's kind of how you know that you've had the surgery, right? I'm not having any pains in the stomach area outside of the surgery little place, right? And that's to be expected, right? They pulled out a freaking organ from that little incision, and the incision is maybe the size of your finger, right? So, you know, eating, you know, 4 or 5 bites of soup, right? I'm full. I've got to take a break a little second, give myself a little time to breathe, you know, and then go back to eating, right? So it takes me a solid 30 or so minutes to finish about 3/4 of a cup of soup, right? Like last night I had lobster bisque I got from Costco. Yeah, I got from Costco. Unbelievably delicious. It's so good to have something that's not chicken. And it took me a while. It took me a solid 45 minutes to finish the soup, and I was okay with that, right? So outside of that, we got ourselves a B12 shot. And then speaking of the diet, going back to it real quick, the nurse that I was speaking with was, you know, normally the progression is 2 weeks of pureed, and then 2 weeks into soft, 2 weeks into normal food, right? But if I wanted to progress a little bit faster, you know, can I? And I was basically told, yeah, go ahead, but to introduce slowly, not to make myself a plate of soft or regular food, you got to test it out a little bit, right? Because your stomach is a little bit more sensitive, and I for sure know that it's a bit more sensitive because I have tried to have tomato soup, and tomato soup before surgery was completely okay, right? Now it's very, like, I immediately, as soon as I have a couple of bites, I immediately start getting that pain, that gas pains. It's very, and partly it's because the tomato soup is more acidic, right? So I've got to slow down with that, so introducing one new food at a time, maybe every other day, to see how it sits in my stomach, is what I'm going to end up doing probably towards the end of this week, right? So yeah, that's where we're at. B12 shot taken. That's just to give a little bit more energy. And I won't be back for another appointment until, I think, another 3 weeks, or no, a month. So 4 more weeks out is my next appointment. But by then I will be on regular foods, right? But from a weight standpoint, right, what you all have been waiting for, and I've mentioned to a couple of people so far now, is from the very beginning of this process, from my very first nutritionist appointment, right, all the way back in September, right, at the very beginning of September, I have lost a total of 75 pounds. Let the world go crazy. The crowd goes crazy. I feel amazing, right? I'm wearing a polo shirt that I have not worn in 2 years, 3 years maybe, right? It's a 3X, right? And I feel like it is big on me, right? It's very, very cool. I'm fitting into this car a lot easier. The pants are big. I've got pants coming from Amazon as cheap as I can get them, just partly because I don't want to pay full price for jeans that I'm going to get rid of in a few months, right? All of my t-shirts are big on me. They're noticeably big on me. It feels so good. A cool non-surgery victory was sitting in that waiting room in a normal size chair. In that room, they have big people chairs, right? Those really wide ones, right? And that's where I used to sit in when I first started going to meetings with the surgeon, right? Now I looked at the chair. I was like, let's see if this just what happens, right? I sat down, right in there, no issues, no problems, no tightness on the sides, nothing was digging into my thighs or anything like that, right? So it is just so damn cool to see the progression, right? I'm happy. I'm super excited to see where this journey goes. Man, only 25 or so pounds away from 100, right? I've never been able to do that. I did 90 once, lost 90 pounds when I was in my first year at USF. And that was with working out on a pretty regular and taking a bunch of crazy supplements and stuff like that beforehand, right? But as time goes, and we gained a lot of that back, plus an extra 100 or so, but that's a story for a different day, right? The big thing that I wanted to announce to you all was I appreciate all of your support throughout this process. I am gonna continue making videos I'm gonna try on the regular and go from there. For my birthday, my amazing wife got me an incredible gift that I didn't even think of potentially getting. She got me a vlogging camera, like a camera, not an iPhone with attachments and stuff like that. Although the video quality from the iPhone is fantastic, I'm so excited to see what videos I can make with this Sony ZV-1 something or whatever. I just got to learn how to use the damn thing, right? So I know that videos from Disney are going to be absolutely crazy whenever we go on vacation, which we know for sure we are going on vacation this year, and a bunch of other things that are coming up this year. Listen, 2023 is going to be a wild, crazy, fun-filled, adventure-filled, weight losing filled year. It is going to be wild. I know it's going to be fast because we've got a lot of things that are coming up this year that are just going to not only be amazing, but they're going to be challenging, and they're going to push not only myself, but my relationship with Milese to a whole nother new level. And God willing, we're going to make it to the end of this year riding high, right? So I love you all. Thank you so much for the support. The usual YouTube sign off. If you like the videos, if you want to share this with somebody to get the message across that weight loss surgery is the bee's knees. It is definitely a fantastically amazing tool in this very big tool chest, right, that we have. And it works. Right? It is going to work. If you stick to it and believe in it, it is going to make your life so much more healthier and so much more better, right? More better English, not my best language. But anyway, if you like the video, subscribe, share, pass it along, comment, whatever the YouTube algorithms allow for this to happen. I just appreciate you all for being here and supporting myself through this process. We're not done. This is only chapter 1. So continue along. I love you all. Have a fantastic new year. If this is the last time that I see you, if not, continue up with those New Year's resolutions. Come on, people. It's only 3 days in. Don't quit. But I love y'all. Have a great day and peace out. Bye.